We have Apraji, who's going to tell us about the health issues. And today he's going to talk about shakkar meetha, that we love, the sweetness, guys, in our life. Abhi ye kya hai na, when Bhupinder opens his mouth, he anyway puts so much of sweetness over there and laughter that you don't need to have sugar, and he doesn't touch sugar. But anyway, let's hear him. उसकी ज़बानी, भूपिंदर की ज़बानी सुनते हैं कि चीनी के साथ क्या करना चाहिए. चीनी कम. Bhupinder.
Yes, thank you. So today's topic is sugar dependency. I would like to begin with the unconventional theory for sugar. So sugar is something, where I'm consuming it on a high amount, which is consuming of high amount of sugar is caused because of suppression of anger, rage, anxiety, revenge, worry, frustration. Okay, so as one is in a fight commotion emotionally, so one wants to avoid the fight. Okay, and then what does that person do? He will or she will try and consume more sugar because that will make the person go more relaxed. Okay, when we have sugar, it's an instant process. It goes into the brain, relaxes your brain. It's instant energy. Okay, and in a way you can say it's releasing endorphins, which is giving you happy hormones, relaxing your brain. And so if by consuming this I'm being more relaxed and shying away from expressing my anger, rage, revenge, worry, or any sort of situation, then similarly when a person is in flight commotion, okay, the sugar going to help with more energy to keep going further. So what happens with this high consumption of sugar is that the organs get impacted, and primarily it is your pancreas and gallbladder which is getting impacted. So the most interesting fact amongst all this is, and a reality check, I would say, is sugar is the biggest addiction. What you can compare it to any sort of drugs, alcohol, or any other addiction. Just name the addiction, it is an addiction. And sugar is there. Okay, we do not accept it and it is not titled that way. However, you are using it like an addiction because you need it every day. I don't know how many times. So you go through these kind of addictions only to feel love and to suppress your anger, rage, revenge, worry, anxiety, and frustration. That is where the sugar is coming to you in an unconventional method. Now we will understand why am I being addicted to this sugar. So sugar has become an addiction where one cannot live without consuming sugar, as it is a demand of your brain, and the most easiest way of relaxing your brain cells, making you go off stress. So when the body is not able to support this excess consumption of sugar, it is causing stress on the organs. Okay, so the entire metabolism process is going imbalanced because when the sugar is taken, it directly spikes your insulin. So it's an instant energy. It does not go to the entire process of metabolism. So I would relate this to a child theory. So wherein I come from the 80s and I was lucky enough to have good amount of breastfeeding in my early years. And I would say till almost mid 90s, this was there. And then the milk formulas came in wherein, they were sold and they were said that this is much more healthier and it is easy. It is good for the body, for the child, for growth. And as we being a developing nation, so we did adapt that because there was a lot of malnutrition which was happening. And this was an easy way out. So suddenly the switch happened wherein these kind of packet milk products started coming in. So when these packet milk products come in, they come with added sugar. So A to add life and A to add carbs because it's an instant energy. So what has happened over a period of time is the first impact or the intake of food, which was for the child was always mother's breast milk, suddenly became a sugar intake. So the reality today with these kids are that they have become obese, they are unhealthy, and they are very much addicted to sugar. So what happens when the first time this child takes such kind of food, which is not natural? Okay, I'm talking about an infant. So you would realize that the child would always throw out the first time when they take such kind of a formulated drink. And when this happens, so you are told that it is okay, it is the first time, the child will get habituated. So then the body has to adapt and create a protection to accept whatever is coming. Okay, because from day one we cannot live we cannot starve ourselves. We need food. That is how our growth has always happened. So, similarly, when this kind of sugar keeps on happening for months or maybe for a year, and when the child reaches out to a natural milk intake in terms of dairy products, there is again a reaction by the body, because the body it's heavy for the child to digest that, because through the process of the breastfeed and the food which was supposed to come. So the entire process of the gut was not there for the body to begin with. It was instant energy which was being given. Okay, so suddenly the body reacts to something which has come in, and then we are told that probably the child has some lactose intolerance, or that way then suddenly the dairy products are out of the child's life. And however, the same thing happened with the sugar intake. However, we were told a different story, that it's okay, the body will adapt, give them some time. And it does happen. So, an understanding to the rejection of food, as per me, is either there is an emotion or a conflict, and of course a rejection by the body because it is not required, or the body does not want to accept the kind of sugar what is coming out. And similarly with adults, yes, as adults it happens the same. So if when the first time you would have had sugar, there would be a rejection of sugar, which the body goes through. However, the subconscious level or the brain is okay to accept it, because suddenly it feels very relaxed. It's a very easy way to get relaxed. Okay, so wherein I am in stress, I'm in anger, I pop up something sweet, maybe a chocolate, and I feel relaxed because endorphins are being released. So that memory in the brain is always there. Okay, which keeps on reminding that instead of going into stress, how do I go off stress? And that is where the sugar comes in. So it is always a reminder and an acceptance by the body. It's okay to have sugar. So this way you are trying to be happy by consuming sugar day on day basis, and in every stressful situation, wherever you would evaluate yourself or have any question, or there is some stress caused to you, you will reach out to sugar, because that is the most easiest way to reach out and be relaxed with your brain. So with the entire thing, okay, which I can term is a complete disconnect with food, is probably because sugar was always incorporated in place of a milk from the mother. Instead of the mother's milk, it was the sugar where it started for today's generation. And that is where the sugar has become so much of an addiction for everyone. And it is a necessity, even if at times you don't feel like having sugar, but you still do it because it's a regular routine. So your body will keep on demanding. You would neither really need an emotional factor to reach out to sugar now, because it is a regular requirement. It keeps on happening. And the body is under stress because it has to protect this particular food or the way the sugar is coming in by creating fat cells. So you would realize that even though you're having sugar, why am I putting on so much of fat? Because the body is protecting and giving you signals and showing you signs that the kind of food what you're giving me is not helping me at all. Okay, and it is a sign that I am rejecting this food, because when the body wanted to throw it out, the rejections were not accepted by us. So now it is putting a protection cell and giving you a realization. So now we'll understand how do I get rid of this sugar addiction. It's very simple. All you need to really do is add fruits. So we are living in a world wherein we are very afraid of having chickus because they are very sweet. But we do not think twice before having a chocolate bar, which is much more higher content of sugar than even a chiku. What happens with a fruit is it comes with fiber, and again it goes through a proper metabolism process wherein fibers are released. So the release of sugar from the fruit is at a very slow level because it goes through various processes. And I would say preferably have more of seasonal fruits because they come with a lot of rich vitamins and minerals what your body always wants. And at a later stage, as we progress close to 30, 40, 50, we go down to on multivitamins or any other calcium source or vitamin or mineral sources on a formula basis. Fruits are completely natural source of these. When you will add fruits to your eating pattern, you will suddenly realize that over a period of time the sugar craving is dying because the body is still getting the required sugar, what it wants, with the fiber required, and at the same time with the minerals and the vitamins. And you will see a boost of metabolism as well. Instead of body protecting and creating fat to protect you from sugar, it's suddenly starting metabolizing the fat and releasing it out, excreting it out. And you will see a switch wherein you will start losing weight, losing fat as well. The other sources you can reach out to is also dry fruits. We anyways everyone takes too much of hesitation to even have raisins because they are too sweet. Dates, anjeer, all these things are natural. They are dry fruits. Okay, they are dry fruits because they are very rich source of certain vitamins and minerals. So as a fruit, they are dried and then given to you so that even in the off season you are able to consume it. So that is the most beautiful part about dry fruits. So when you're going to add fruits and dry fruits, yes, you will be able to get over this addiction. And over a period of time, I always say this, between 4 to 7 days of regular using of this, you will see a switch and wherein you'll suddenly realize that the sugar craving is no longer there and you are able to handle yourself with any sort of commotion, emotions, or the reactions what you're going through. So I would conclude in this pattern that yes, patterns are created in our early years of life. So rightfully, Anu ji can second on this that most of our patterns, correct me if I'm wrong, 80% of our patterns are created in our early years of life. It's the same thing with food. If I am going to use the right pattern of eating in my early years of age, you would not need or you would not reach out to me, a nutritionist, or any other nutritional dietitian to guide you how and what you should eat and how to get rid of sugar. So use sugar in the right sense from the right sources and not from the wrong sources. Thank you.